Hello everyone, welcome back to another edition of My Music Pickups. This time I have 20 CDs and 3 vinyls to go through. So, let's get started. Actually, sorry, 19 CDs, 3 vinyls, and a Blu-ray. So, first, I guess I'll do this one. The White Stripes, Elephant. Probably their, I guess, best album to many people. You got the hits like Seven Nation Army and The Hardest Button to Button. And then there's like other good songs like Ball and Biscuit, Girl, You Have No Faith in Medicine. There's a bunch of other songs too. I only listened to this CD once, but it's pretty good. I'm still looking for Icky Thump, the album. That's one I'm keeping my eye out for. Next, where are you? Another White Stripes album. This one's actually a bit earlier in their career. It's called The White Blood Cells. I think this is actually the album before Elephant. It's a pretty good album. The biggest hit is Fell in Love with a Girl, which is a good song. Then there's like Dead Leaves and The Dirty Ground. I Can't Wait. I can't remember anything else at the moment, but it's also a pretty good album. Next we have Slayer, Undisputed Attitude. It's a cover album of mostly punk songs. The only original Slayer song is the last track, Gemini. And I have to say, this is probably their worst album by far. I'm not even like a big Slayer fan to begin with. A lot of their songs I find sound the same. But this is really, really bad. I know most of these are just punk songs, but I don't know, it's a really bad album. It's really short, like 30 minutes. A lot of these songs are like a minute and a half long. I can't really name a good song, sadly. But I bought it for the collection. I have quite a big Slayer collection brewing up anyway. Next we have Led Zeppelin, In Through the Outdoor. I believe this is their last album of original material. They had an album afterwards called Coda, but I think it was just unreleased stuff. 7 tracks. I can't really remember this album, to be honest. I know Full in the Rain, that's a really good song. That's probably the best song on here. All My Love is a big hit too. Not really a big Led Zeppelin fan, but you know, they're one of the biggest rock bands ever. Decided to buy it. It was only $5. Moving on. Radiohead, The Best Of. I haven't listened to this yet. I'm very curious though. I only know a few Radiohead songs. The ones I do know from this album are Creep, obviously. My Iron Lung, which is probably my favorite song by them that I've heard. And Street Spirit. I'm definitely going to have to listen to this. Oh yeah, I know High and Dry. I think that was in Rocksmith. I'll have to listen to that again. Hopefully I'll enjoy it. The tracks I have heard by them I do like, so hopefully I'll enjoy it. Next we have Linkin Park, Hybrid Theory. Not really a big fan of this band, but this was like $5. And also this is their first album from 2000. When they were actually kind of tolerable, to be honest. A lot of these songs are not bad. One Step Closer is probably the best track. Some other decent ones, I guess, are In the End, Place for My Head, and Crawling, I think. It's okay. Next we have Creedence Clearwater Revival Greatest Hits. There's only one song missing from this Greatest Hits compilation I would have liked to see, and that is Susie Q, which is a pretty decent song. I actually kind of like it. I'm not even a big fan of this band, but they have some really catchy stuff. Born on the Bayou. Fortunate Son's definitely my favorite song by them. Down on the Corner, Green River, Bad Moon Rising. Like, pretty much every song is like pretty decent. Next we have Fleetwood Mac, Rumours. Once again, $5. A lot of these albums that I've just showed were $5. Some good songs are Dreams, Don't Stop, Go Your Own Way, Gold Dust Woman, and probably my favorite is The Chain, which I really would have liked to see in Rock Band, but you know, Rock Band's kind of dead now, unfortunately. But a lot of these tracks made it to Rock Band. Dreams, Go Your Own Way, and Gold Dust Woman made it to Rock Band. But this is a pretty good album. I think it's also considered to be their best. Next, Red Hot Chili Peppers, Californication. I've heard a lot of good things about this album. I do know a few songs. I already listened to this album, but before I listened to it, I knew a few songs like Parallel Universe, Scar Tissue, Other Side, the title track, and Road Trippin'. My favorite tracks would be Other Side and Road Trippin'. Those are really good songs. I can't remember a whole lot of the other tracks on the first listen. I think Easily and Around the World were pretty good. Next, Bullet for My Valentine, The Poison. This is their first album, and the third album of theirs that I have bought. Not really a big fan of these guys. Scream Aim Fire is probably my favorite album of theirs. I have listened to this one already. It's very average. The only song I knew before going into it was Tears Don't Fall. I knew that from Rock Band. It's an average song. There's definitely a lot better on this album. Hit the Floor, I think, was pretty good. And the second track, Her Voice, Her Size, I think those are alright. Camera's dying, so I better hurry. Next, we have Aerosmith, Pump. This is an okay album. Some good songs are Lovin' in Elevator, Janie's Got a Gun, The Other Side, and I think that's about it. It's an okay album. Next, a Deaf album, another Deaf album. This one's Leprosy. Once again, reissued bonus disc. I'm trying to get as many of these Deaf reissues as I can. This is an okay album. I'm not really a big fan of the earlier stuff. Their newer stuff is more progressive and it appeals to me more. But this is an okay album. These guys are like the pioneers of death metal, so you can't go wrong with that. Next, Trivium in Waves. I only know the title track, which is a really good song. I'll have to listen to the rest. This comes with a bonus DVD and a bunch of bonus tracks. Next, Weezer, Pinkerton. Probably their best album. I would say I heard it before listening to it. I heard it was really dark, and I like really dark music. And Weezer's not really known for dark music, but this album blew me away. Some good songs are Tired of Sex, Why Bother, Across the Sea, El Scorcho, which is a really good song, and Butterfly, which is just really, really amazing. I definitely recommend that song. Really good album. Very surprised. Next, we have the Essential Clash. 40 songs, 2 discs. All the classics are here. Complete Control. Safe European Home. A lot of my favorite Clash songs are on here. They covered their whole career pretty well. Next, In Flames, Siren Charms, their newest album, just came out recently. These guys pretty much invented melodic death metal. They were so good back in the day. It's really sad to see what they've become now. This album is very average. It's not terrible and it's not good. The only tracks I really liked were In Plain View, Paralyzed, When the World Explodes, and Dead Eyes. That's pretty much it. Next, Waking the Fallen, Resurrected. This is a reissue of Avenged Sevenfold's second album, and easily their best. I mainly bought it because of the second disc, which has a bunch of demos. I really like the Chapter 4 demo. It's really different from the final version, and it comes with a DVD, so it was a pretty good pack overall. This is also a recent release. Next, I had to order this one in. This is Van Halen's Diver Down. This is the last album I needed for the David Lee Roth era, which is as far as I'm going to go with my Van Halen collection. Actually, I didn't get their newest album with David Lee Roth. I'll have to pick that up, but this is a pretty good album. Some of my favorites are Hang 'Em High, Cathedral, Intruder, Oh Pretty Woman, and Little Guitars. Basically all the tracks that were on Guitar Hero Van Halen. Also Secrets, I think, is an okay song. Next, probably my best pickup. Well, I actually ordered this in. This is Kalmah's 12 gauge. Really good melodic death metal right here. Some good tracks are Rust Never Sleeps, One of Fail, Bullets Are Blind, Swamp War, Hook the Monster, and the title track. Pretty much the whole album is really good. And the Blu-ray I picked up is Between the Buried and Me's Live at the Fidelitorium Future Sequence. This is the Parallax 2 live Blu-ray / CD that I was talking about in my last pickup video. This is the whole Parallax 2 album live. It's on Blu-ray, and it comes with a second disc, which is basically the CD audio version of it, which is pretty cool. These guys are just amazing. I can go on and on about Between the Buried and Me. They're just probably easily my favorite band at the moment. And now my 3 vinyls. I'll quickly go through these before my camera dies. They're all Metallica. First we have Metallica's Ride the Lightning. Landmark album, what can I say? You have Fight Fire with Fire. Actually, I'm not even going to list these songs. They're all good. Fight Fire with Fire, Ride the Lightning, For Whom the Bell Tolls, Fade the Black, Trapped Under Ice, Escape, Creeping Death, and The Call of Cthulhu. They're all really solid tracks. Escape is probably the only track that is a little weaker compared to the others, but it's still good. And we have Master of Puppets. What can I say? Just amazing. Once again, the tracks, Battery, Master of Puppets, The Thing That Should Not Be, Welcome Home Sanitarium, Disposable Heroes, which is my favorite Metallica song, Leopard Messiah, Orion, and Damage Incorporated. All really good tracks. If I had to pick a weak track, it'd be Leopard Messiah, but they're all really good. And the last one, Injustice for All. Tracks, Blackened, Injustice for All, Eye of the Beholder, 1, The Shortest Straw, Harvester of Sorrow, The Frayed Ends of Sanity, To Live Is to Die, and Dyer's Eve. Once again, all really good tracks. I'm a really big fan of early Metallica. If I had to pick a weak track, I would maybe say Harvester of Sorrow or To Live Is to Die, which is one of their weaker instrumentals, but it's still really good. It's not really saying a whole lot when I say weaker. I also saw Kill 'Em All and Death Magnetic on vinyl. I'll go back and pick those up at a future time if they're still there. But anyways, thanks for watching this. My camera's like about to die any second now. So, yeah, till next time.